Okay, Blademan, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I'm going to show you how I cut lenses for your Ray-Ban 4105 folding Wayfarers, color 602 and the size 50. Let me pop it out of the case that it comes in. How cute is that? A regular Ray-Ban size box is this size. This houses the 2132 color 875, which is the black beige, which is not yours yet. I can't remember if this is your third or fourth pair, but here is the blue, the matte blue that I've taken out. Let's unfold it. And there we have it. We're going to put a blue tint in here, and of course they don't look blue now. Let me put them over something white. And there is your blue gradient tint in your bifocal lens. So the first thing I'm going to do is put your Italian frame made in Italy, and this is of course the folding Wayfarer model number 4105 in the 50 eye size. And I'm going to put it in the tracing element of my Santinelli LE1000 here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. Although you may be disappointed with my voice tonight. We've had 2 ice storms in the past week, and I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a cold. And all this talking that I have to do during the video. Call me Pony, because I'm a little hoarse today. Alright, that's as bad a humor as you're going to get. Although I take it back, I'm full of bad humor. Alright, so I've traced that. I'm going to pull up the shape of your lens now. I'm going to put in your pupillary distance. This is program what type of lens that I'm cutting for, and this is for a plastic frame. Now I'm going to put your right lens, which is blue, don't you worry, that is blue, into my blocker. Whoa, don't drop it, don't drop it. I'm going to put the block on there. First I've got to put my little sticky pad on there so it sticks to the lens. Put this in, line up the crosshairs of my scope. And once everything is level, the optical centers are perfect, drop that on there. Measure for success. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the left lens. Put my little sticky pad. Line everything up perfectly. And there we go. Measure twice, cut once. Alright, we are good. Now I'm going to put your lens into the chuck and hit start. Now this is going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut out. And if it doesn't, I'm in trouble. It does, it does. So the cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. It's the wheel on the left, the heavy grit sandpaper, if you will, that's going to grind away all the material. And then this wheel in the center is going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. This whole process should take about 15 minutes. It's now 8:28 on Tuesday, March 18th, 39 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, at least according to my Samsung Gear watch. I will close the door as this starts to cut. While that is cutting, I have a second frame for you. Now you already have one of these. By the way, thanks for buying. Is this the 4th or 5th pair in a month that you've gotten from me? Whatever it is, God bless you. You are my new best friend. This is the black matte folding Wayfarers. I have not removed the mirrored lenses yet, as I did for the blue ones. I will be doing that shortly in the next video when I send you your next pair. And actually, you want a red tint. You're getting the blue tint with the blue frame. And you'll be getting a red tint with the black frame. Although even though I mentioned there is a red matte finish, you still want to do it. And of course, if you ever change your mind, you'll be able to pop the lenses out and put them into another frame, regardless of color. These cases are cute. I just wish they would put a belt loop on here, like a cell phone, so it would fit on your belt and carry your case around with you. And of course, your cleaning cloth, Ray-Ban cleaning cloth, is folded up on the inside. So I'm going to take it out of the chuck. dry it off so it's not slippery. Have a sip of Earl Grey tea. Now I'm going to put the safety bevel onto the edge of the lens. Use my thumbnail to scrape away any of the extra residue. Clean everything up, and now I'm going to try and mount your lens into the frame. I tuck it in at the outside corner closest to me, and using my thumbs I push down at the nose. It does not want to go yet, so I'm going to take this down another 1/10 of a millimeter. The Wayfarer versus the new Wayfarer, which I wear in all my videos in color 6053. Today I'm wearing the blue crystal because it matches my blue and white pinstripe shirt. But the bevel is not as deep on my frame as it is with this one, so that's why I'm having to take it down a little bit more so it fits. These are so cute. I'm so glad they came up with these. You can tuck them in your shirt pocket. The other ones, you can see where it says Wayfarer, the folding Wayfarer. When this is open, you don't even see the seam. That's the amazing thing. Even at the bridge, it is just so smooth there. Well done, Ray-Ban. Well played, sir. Now, with your prescription, we have +1/4 of magnification in the top with an additional 175 in the bottom. I can put any prescription lens into any frame. If anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. I'll respond back as quick as I can. Although I used to think that if I worked 15 hours a day, I would have time to do everything I needed to do. I no longer believe that. I'm not complaining. I love what I do. But I just, when I started working every day, I've said, okay, I'll work 10 hours a day. Then 10 hours became 12 hours. Then 12 hours became 15 and 16 hours. Where does it end? Okay, so I tuck it in at the outside corner. It still does not want to fit. The golden rule, you can always cut more off. You can never add back on. I'm going to take another 1/10 of a millimeter off. Now we'll close the door while this cuts so my $30,000 worth of electronics don't get wet. You know what, I still have to send you a PayPal request for this. You've bought so many from me, I just can't even ring them up fast enough. I go ahead and cut them before you've even paid for them. But I know you're good for it, Blademan. You are my new best friend, as I said earlier. I'm going to kick my wife to the curb. Start sending you Christmas cards or taking you out to dinner on Saturday nights. Out of the chuck it comes. I'm going to dry everything off, and then we're going to try and mount the lens into the frame. Again, I start at the outside corner closest to me, using my thumbs, push down at the nose. Still a little bit of give, so I'm going to take it down a little bit more. Hopefully I don't go over my 21-minute deadline, which YouTube assigns, and that turns into 2 videos. Hopefully I can do it all on one video. What time was it when I started? What time was it when I started? Oh, close the door. Close the door. One-tenth of a millimeter, taking off around the circumference of the lens. Get smaller, get smaller, get smaller. Why does it not listen to me? And I shouldn't be talking this much when my throat's hoarse. Okay. Come rain or shine, I got to cut some lenses. I've never taken a sick day in the last 5 years, and I'm not going to start now. I am Mr. Dependable. No one ships quicker than me. Alright, I took the... You haven't even paid yet and I'm already shipping. Alright, tuck it in at the outside corner with my thumbs, push down at the nose. Oh, it wants to go, but one more time. One more time. 1/10 of a millimeter. Then I will flip it over and cut the left lens. Okay, out it comes, hopefully for the last time, so I can get started on your left lens to meet my deadlines. Dry everything off, the safety bevel, clean everything back up, and let's try mounting this into the frame. So I tuck it in at the outside corner. Have you heard me say that before? And then we use my thumbs. I press in, there we go, it is now in. So let me start cutting your left lens. I'm going to flip this over to the left and hit start. I should have calibrated the machine. This late in the day it does tend to cut a little bit large, but I'd rather cut large than too small, because then I've really messed up. I'm going to take the block off. Take the sticky pad off, drop that in the trash behind me, dry everything off. And lens number 1 is done with that blue gradient tint. Now, the black ones that still have the original mirror coated lenses in them, I can do a mirror coating. Hey, look, there's me with my GoPro camera on my head. I can do a mirror coating on a lens in several colors. It would add about $70, but it is doable in case you ever wanted a mirror coating on your lenses. What a cute little box. Isn't that just charming? Ray-Ban 4105, color 601, blah, 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 size 50. Anybody with a smartphone, scan that SKU number now. You can go and search for it. Here's the one for the blue lens, the blue frame with the black temples. Put this over a piece of white paper. Hopefully you can see that blue tint very well. You measure the height of your bifocal. Perfect, perfect. Fold that up because it's so cute. Will it go through the lens? Yes, it will. How about that? Come to me, come to me, come to me. Come on, come on. Alright, let's test the left lens. Now, one thing I could have done to speed things up is use my hot bead pan. This is filled with hot glass beads. I like to do everything as a cold insert. There is the chance later on that if it's a large lens is pushed into a frame, it can, what we call, roll the frame. This bevel, which is kind of, imagine a gutter, if it was too large, it would start to tilt this way and your lens would have a hard time staying in. It would constantly be falling out. So that's why I do a cold mount for everything. I don't use the bead pans unless I'm adjusting the temple behind the ear. So tuck it in at the outside corner, and then using my thumbs, push down onto the lens, and it snapped right in. Let's take this block off. Come on, come off. There we go. Pull the sticker off. Dry everything. I do want to check your pupillary distance. We are good there. Use my grid to make sure that the bifocal heights are lined up perfectly, and they are. So Blademan, I appreciate you buying one pair. I really appreciate you buying the 4th and 5th pairs from me. I'll put whatever color tint in there you want for the next pair. You had mentioned red. No problem. Be glad to do it. If anyone else has any questions, of course, I said it before, email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. And hopefully you've gotten a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.